This is Chapter 1, Lesson 5, Video C, I believe, looking at the segment addition postulate. Okay, the segment addition postulate says this: if 3 points, A, B, and C, are collinear, and B is in between A and C, then we know that AB plus BC is equal to AC. And again, this may be something that seems rather intuitive or common sense, but again, as we've talked about, in geometry, we want the reason behind the expressions that are true. And again, the reason is never because it's common sense or anything like that. It's always a theorem, a postulate, or a definition. So what does this mean? So if we break this down, it means something like this. First of all, segment addition postulate. If we look right here, they have to be collinear points. Okay, so that's one of the things out of there that we want to look at. One of the points has to be between the other two, and if that's true, then the sum of the two parts, AB from here to here, plus BC would equal the entire segment AC. So the segment addition postulate breaks down into this. The points have to be on the same line. One of the point is between the other two, and if that's true, then this part plus this part is equal to the entire segment. So AB plus BC is equal to AC. Now I want you to notice something here. It's very important. And this goes back to what we talked about in the previous video about the focus of the course in geometry. The focus is about looking at a figure, understanding what the relationship is in that figure, and then being able to write a mathematical expression based upon what I see. So this is the first postulate. So whenever I look at a line and I see 3 points on the line and one's in between the other two, I think, oh, well, those two parts, add them together, equals the whole thing. And then because I know that, I can write this mathematical expression. AB, that's this segment here, plus BC, this segment here, is equal to AC, the entire length. This is the algebraic expression. How do you know this algebraic expression is true? What's the reason? Because the segment addition postulate. So again, that's the core of the course right there. I look at this, I see a line with 3 points. I know then that these two parts added together equal the entire thing. Understanding that relationship allows me to write this mathematical expression, AB plus BC is equal to AC. Now I want you to notice there's no numbers here. There's no variables here. There's nothing to determine. There's no X to look for, Y look. There's nothing like that. But I can still write a mathematical expression that expresses what the segment addition postulate says, that this part plus this part equals the entire part. Now every time you look at a problem where you have a line with 3 points, this is where your problem starts, right here. If you don't start right here with the segment addition postulate, then you don't have the geometry course mastered to the point that we need it. Okay? You need to be able to, without any numbers, without any letters or variables, be able to still express mathematically what's true in the figure and then give me the reason. Okay? So let me show you an example of how that works out. This is the 4 steps that we talked about in a previous video, where we use a postulate or theorem that applies to the figure. In this particular one, I'm looking at a line, so I'm thinking about any postulates that have to do with lines. I then write the algebraic expression based upon that postulate, notice without using any numbers or any of the variables. Okay? Then these 2 steps, you'll notice I don't even have to do in this problem and what we were just looking at, because there are no values to substitute in, there is no value to determine. So this is really the answer to the problem. Looking at this, AB plus BC is equal to AC, segment addition postulate. Okay, so if I was to do this example here, I said write something true about this figure as you look at it. Well, again, here's a line segment, there's 3 points, so right away I know, well, this part here, FG, plus this part here, GH, equals the entire segment, FH. And how do you know that that's true? What's the reason? Well, because the segment addition postulate says so. Okay? So again, this is the type, this is geometry right here. this is the major course or the major focus of the geometry, are these two steps which I said we'd be concentrating on. That you can use a postulator theorem that applies to the figure you're looking at, which allows you then to write this mathematical expression based upon this segment addition postulate. So you need to be able to write the expression and give a reason. And again, this reason over here will always be a theorem, a postulate, or a definition that we have been working on or have worked on in previous lessons that allow me to write a mathematical expression because of that reason. Okay? That's geometry in a nutshell.